This better be a good volume. This is very impromptu. New BattleBots! New BattleBots! It's actually happening. It's not some sort of fake shit. It kind of is, but it's an actual competition now. It actually is. BattleBots Pro League. No more Doomer robot combat content. It's all gone. It's all smiles from here on out, except for the Bright Data sponsorship. They suck. But yeah, here we go. Bot takes. Yippee! Hello again. Welcome to Bot Takes. Finally, my robot combat content creation cycle finally has some new shit to talk about that isn't the most depressing shit you've ever seen. I don't know. BattleBots has a new thing, Pro League? BattleBots Pro League, right? They got 24, what they call the 24 of the world's most destructive bots, right? So they've got a lot to live up for with this. Okay, bit of context. BattleBots managed to get a major sponsor recently, which they've been looking for the last 3 years, and they've been in a limbo about it. It was a very sucky situation, and they managed to find a sponsor. Unfortunately, that sponsor is an Israeli AI data scraping company. I don't need to tell you how fucked up that is. That is a genuinely fucked up thing. For a lot of people, that's, you know, naturally, and I don't blame them in the slightest, that they're not going to be watching anything BattleBots related until they drop that sponsor. I'm not surprised that a sponsor like Bright Data latched onto BattleBots, because they've been very pro AI. They've been pushing a lot of, you know, AI technology. A lot of their thumbnails are just AI generated slop. So BattleBots is going through an identity crisis while it's trying to look for money to fund another competition. It's a fucked up thing, and I'm you know, it makes me very disappointed as a Robot Combat fan to see that happen. That being said, there was obviously still some excitement that a new season of BattleBots could happen, and so while yes, we can be excited for a new season of BattleBots, we mustn't forget the fact that their sponsor is a piece of shit company. Just recently, literally like 20 minutes ago, the BattleBots Pro League list of 24 bots was announced. It was shown. In fact, I have the video right here. And because it's so early, no one has written down a list of those bots. So I'm having to look at the fucking video to like remember what the bots in the list are. There's a few that I want to point out that I'll point out as being, you know, me being the most excited about. And then there's others I'm just like, whatever. I'll take or leave them. Bloodsport. I like Bloodsport. Not really much I could say about that. Very excited about Claw Viper. Good thing, you know, some of their face-off fights have been absolutely astonishing. And so I'm really excited to see how good Kevin Milcheski can do. And he's been killing it in NHRL as well. So I'm super, super happy for him to finally be back on the roster. Cobalt. I love Cobalt. This Games of the Future thing was fucking abysmal though, if you saw that performance. But yeah, I'll always love Cobalt. You know, it's a Dave Moles machine, and I'm always going to love anything that's a Dave Moles machine. Copperhead. I'm glad to see Copperhead back. I'm not surprised that Copperhead is back. Copperhead is always just a really fucking solid machine. It was really good in World Championship 7 beating Riptide. I'm happy to see what changes they'll be able to make with the new version. Death Roll, they're sort of a middling team for me. I love their theming more than I do the machine. I don't dislike it. I just sort of, it's like, you know, it's like a side character to me. It's one of those like round of 16 bots that like you sort of love them for the people who are in it rather than the bot itself. But I'm glad they're there. I think it's the first time I've seen them since World Championship 7 / Champions 2. So yeah, it's nice to see them back. Endgame. I would have been shocked if we didn't have Endgame. I'm, in fact, actually, saying that, I'm surprised we actually have Endgame at all. Because I thought, you know, Jack Barker and Nick Mabey were, like, fully, you know, focused on their featherweight thing in New Zealand, which is fine. Because it's like they're cultivating the robot combat scene in New Zealand, and that's fucking awesome of them. But they're here, and that's really surprised me. I'm really, really surprised about that. So yeah, I'm delighted to see them back, and hopefully they won't go round of 16 and actually be the world championship winning bot that they used to be. Now, this is the one I got really, really excited about because it's Bitva Robotov representation. Finally, the Americans are starting to see how good the Indian and Chinese bots are. Golden Fury is on the fucking roster, which is very, very cool. I'd like to see more of those bots in the future, you know, like Godspeed and Iron Scrap. That would be awesome to see Iron Scrap, although its similarity to Minotaur might sort of put it in hot water. But yeah, I'd love to see more from that side of the continent. You know, Asia and Eastern Europe. Huge. Come on, man. Huge has got to be in it. So happy to see it back. And I just had a big fat fucking grin on my face with all these robots, you know, like Huge finally back again. Hypershock, I kind of knew it was gonna be coming back. Hypershock's been pretty active in face-offs. Jackpot, yep, another one that was very prominent in face-offs, as well as Mad Catter. Not surprised to see those three in there. Love seeing all three of them there. You know, I'd be surprised if they didn't. If they weren't there, it would be weird. Now, these two, if they weren't in it, I would have fucking rioted. Magnitude and Manta, responsible for the best fucking Robo Games fight of the last couple of years. If Robo Games never comes back, I want it to be the last event solely to be remembered for, well, apart from all the shitty, awful stuff that plagued the entire event, but the Magnitude and Manta fight, what a fight. Malice is in there. I'm not surprised. Bunny has always kept sort of like in close proximity and contact with whatever's happening in BattleBots, so I'm not surprised she's back. Good for her. Minotaur, again, I'm not massively surprised, but I'm also so satisfied seeing Minotaur come back, because they are one of the best and continue to be one of the best, and I hope that they can show that they are still one of the best. It will be, you know, ultimately it's going to be so interesting to see what the 3 years of non-full competition BattleBots has done to these American veterans, and it'll be really interesting to see if anything has changed, or if the robots from other continents are starting to catch up. I sort of saw glimpses of that in Games of the Future. It's very, very interesting, and it's actually very exciting, because it might be a wake-up call that, oh shit, you know, us not being able to play for 3 years, suddenly, wow, everyone's caught up to us. Fuck. So it might not be that might not be the case, but it does excite me that might be the case. Yeah, unsurprisingly, we've got Orbitron, the AI autonomous robot. It looks a bit like Counter Revolution if it's slimmed down. If Counter Revolution was on Ozempic, for lack of a better term. I don't really care for it. I don't really care that they're pushing it so much. I don't care. I don't care. I do not give a fuck. You know, no shade to the University of Waterloo, but I just don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about Orbitron, right? It's Ribot. Ribot's back. Ribot's back. The little frog fella, semi-finalist in World Championship 7. They're back. Holy shit. That's made me happy. They've always been pretty good. Getting to the semi-finals of World Championship 7 was a fucking amazing feat for them. I hope they do well. Scorpios, unsurprised about Scorpios. They've been very closely knit to BattleBots and the you know, face-offs. I'm not surprised that they're back. Hopefully they do a bit better, because they've sort of been a bit waning competitively. They're lovely. They seem really lovely guys. It's just, I'd like to see them, I'd like to see them get more success, if I'm going to word it in a more polite way. I'd like to see them get more success. I'm sort of middling on Switchback. Like, I'm glad they're back. It's a really interesting design. It's just not my cup of tea. But I hope they do well. Terratops! Glad to see them. I think they've improved insanely since World Championship 7. Seeing them do pretty well in robo games, I think they could do pretty well, It'll be interesting to see how they do with the top guys, but I wish them the best of luck. And it's always good to see a silly dinosaur themed robot like Terratops be actually pretty good. This was the real shocker to me. The twins, who we saw like one fight of in what was it, Proving Grounds, like 2 years ago, and then we heard nothing, absolutely nothing. The twins are back. Like, seems reasonable. With like, fuck the flipper, it's a rat now. Why is it a rat? We're not gonna do anything with Tantrum. Fucking bye bye. We're good. We Clusterbot with the most uncreative Clusterbot name ever. The twins. For fuck's sake, you could have called it like Bot 1 and Bot 2 and it would be more creative. Come on, Aaron Hill. You're a fucking genius, right? You're one of the smartest people in the fucking universe. Surely you've got a bit more wordplay in that noggin of yours. The twins! Be for fucking real, man. Be for fucking real. Tombstone. Bless it. Tombstone is the greatest robot of all time. It's the GOAT. It's the GOAT. And this is. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Anyone who says that Tombstone isn't the GOAT is wrong. Wrong. People, people are always saying like, oh, it's not the greatest because it's been found out, right? Found out after 20 fucking years. Granted, it's probably not going to do very well, right? But it's a legacy bot. Ray Billings is a legend. It's a legacy bot. I'm more than happy for it to stay there, Maybe in a few years' time, if it's still just getting absolutely trounced by everybody, then maybe, it'll be time for it to retire. But, like, it's a legacy bot. It's the greatest robot ever made. Competitive-wise, nothing beats it. Put some fucking respect on its name. It's not going to do very well, though. I know it, and you know it, and we all know it. I hope it does. I hope Ray Billings has sort of figured out something about this horizontal spinner, but I think he's optimized it so much that it cannot be optimized anymore. Who knows? I could be talking out my ass. Valkyrie. Love Valkyrie. Valkyrie's awesome, and Bam, her enthusiasm gives me fucking diabetes. Seeing her just, like, jump around, big old smile on her face, like, celebrating as much as she does whenever she finishes a fight. Love it. It's such an infectious thing. And, yeah, it's so good to see it, and I'm so glad to see Valkyrie back. And it would be awesome if Valkyrie does well, because we get to see Bam jump around, and run back and forth like a Jack Russell that's been told it's about to go for a walk. Like, that's the sort of energy I want, right? Brilliant. Love it. More of that, please. And lastly, Witch Doctor. Hooray! We saw them in that Williams promo, so, it was good to see them back on the saddle. Witch Doctor's awesome. Witch Doctor's absolutely fucking awesome. It's the best robot, probably apart from Minotaur, to not win a BattleBots title. I would not be surprised if it's in the sort of upper echelons of this group. It will be interesting to see how much more the robot can be optimized. But I'm here. I'm here. I would love to find out. I'm excited. And yeah, all I can really say is I'm rejuvenated. I'm excited. I'm okay. I fucking hate the Bright Data sponsorship. Fucking that shit sucks donkey dick. It really does. It's just nice to have fucking robot combat back again. Heavyweight robot combat, full scale heavyweight robot combat in an arena that doesn't suck. It does suck that I feel like I'm having to enjoy robot combat with a big fat asterisk on it, like it's a fucking Barry Bonds home rumble. Maybe in the future, BattleBots will find a sponsor that isn't so fucking scummy. I doubt it, but, you know, a person can dream. And it is heavyweight robot combat. Damn, man, I'm a fucking hypocrite. But yeah, that's my opinion on the roster and all the bits in between it. Yeah. Roll on Pro League, I guess. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to CJC.